Happy Sunday. We are continuing our NFL preview series. The NFL season kicks off on Thursday, September 5th, and in the run up, I am previewing each and every one of the NFL teams. Today, I conclude my look at the AFC West with the team that finished fourth last year, and that was the Los Angeles Chargers. And perhaps no team had a bigger makeover this season than the Chargers, and that's because 2023 season did not go as planned. The team, with Justin Herbert at quarterback and a solid veteran core of weapons, seemed poised to make a playoff push, but instead, Herbert got injured. The wheels kind of fell off the bus quickly. Following a historic loss to the Raiders, the Chargers head coach Brandon Staley and GM Tom Telesco were fired. The slumping squad finished at the bottom of the AFC West, earning a top 5 draft pick. But in the offseason, the Chargers added head coach Jim Harbaugh, who brought with him offensive coordinator Greg Roman. They're kind of spending the offseason turning over this squad in the process of reshaping the Chargers roster. Will that yield positive 2024 results? Well, let's dive in and take a look. Let's start with the offseason changes. Herbert is still there at quarterback, but not much else has remained the same. Much of the offense got a big makeover. Longtime running back Austin Eckler has gone to the Commanders. Wide receiver Keenan Allen was traded to the Bears. Wide receiver Mike Williams signed with the New York Jets, and tight end Gerald Everett signed with the Chicago Bears. In their place, the Chargers were real modest in the free agent market and the draft to supplement the positions. Among the pass catchers, they grabbed veteran DJ Chark. They grabbed veteran tight ends Hayden Hurst and Will Dissly. But in the backfield, they added former Ravens, guys that know Greg Roman's system. Gus Edwards, the Gus Bus pictured here, and J.K. Dobbins, both of them have experience in this offense. Edwards actually led the Ravens attack in 2023, finishing as running back 25. In the draft, the Chargers started by grabbing top tackle Joe Alt to bolster the line. They also added Kamani Vidal at running back and Brendan Rice, a receiver, in later rounds. But the most intriguing pick was former Georgia receiver Ladd McConkey. He steps into the wide receiver room, and it's a wide open room. He really has a chance to step up as a rookie. In 3 years, he caught 119 passes for 1,687 yards and 14 touchdowns at Georgia. So that swings us over to looking at fantasy prospects. And you know what? It all starts with their best offensive player, and that is quarterback Justin Herbert. He's locked in, but it's an inexperienced pass catching group and likely a run first offense. The question is, does that cap his ceiling? You know what? I think it does, especially in 2024. I think he's going to be more of a quarterback too. In the backfield, it's still somewhat of a competition, but I like Edwards to take the lead role. I like him kind of as a top end running back 3. I like Dobbins to bounce back and contribute with some big plays. I don't know if he's going to be a consistent weekly performer. I also worry a little bit about that injury history. He's coming off a torn Achilles. He also had a couple of knee injuries. The run game and the offense will be a work in progress, but I think that's where they want to focus. The passing game is also wide open. The Chargers have veteran Josh Palmer and second-year player Quentin Johnson, who was a first-round pick last year, to go along with McConkey, Chark, and Rice. Who takes the lead? How high can they go? That's kind of a question. I like Johnson to step up a bit, but I'm betting more on Palmer and McConkey. Still, I have them both kind of in the wide receiver 5 range, and I have Johnson in the wide receiver 6 range. At tight end, it feels like Dissly will be the best performer, but I don't even have him in the top 25. I don't know that the Chargers are going to be a very fantasy-rich team in 2024. So that brings us to predictions. You might think I'm down on the Chargers. They really struggled in 2023. They seem to be in the midst of a philosophical and personnel rebuild. So probably another tough season, right? Maybe. But I actually think they'll make some progress. I still like Herbert. I think he's a better and more proven starter than either of what the Broncos or the Raiders have to offer. I actually think the Chargers might surprise and get 6 or 7 wins, which could leave them as the second best in the division. I mentioned outside of the Chiefs, I really am not very bullish on the AFC West. I like what the Chargers are doing. I think they're just a little bit further ahead in the rebuild than some of these other teams, and I think that they will be a feisty competitor and a tough out on the field.